It went down last night, or at least it's about to. Danni popped up at Karen's salon, child. Preston was already there picking up his date. Somebody called Jerry Springer, honey. And in this video, I want to talk about if Preston is fetishizing black women. And we're going to touch upon that little white privilege that Danni spoke on. I want to take a second to talk about Karen and Danni and their interactions because it kind of started with Karen. So a lot of people, I was live tweeting with y'all last night. Shout out to everybody who be live tweeting with me. I love y'all so very much. Follow me at ericavane.com on Twitter or any of your other favorite social media sites so that you can stay up to date with my live postings, my live commentary in between these videos. But Karen gave Danni a call at work once she realized that her client was potentially dating Danni's man. Now, yes, y'all, all the girl gave her was a white country boy, so it wasn't a ton to go off of, but it's a white country boy that like black women. I would have done the same. I would have thought like, oh, this sounds like it could be Danni's man. Like, what am I going to do now? And then I would have called my friend. So many people were reading Karen and just talking about she wanted to be messy. Hell, Danni, even in the actual episode, told Karen that she just wanted to be messy. She wasn't calling her for her and basically trying to make it seem like Karen was doing this with negative motives. And I didn't necessarily get that. I don't know about y'all, but y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that Karen was just being messy, or do you think that she was trying to be a good friend and calling Danni? What I will say is if I'm y'all's friend and I see your ex-man recently, your potential man and or current man out and about, or I hear that he's coming somewhere and it's going to be with another woman, I am going to tell my friend. And whether that's messy or not, I actually don't even care about if it's messy. I care about my friend having all the information that she needs to be able to move forward accordingly. Now, for me, y'all, I think that as a friend, now if you're a friend that communicates boundaries of like, I don't want to know, like if you see my man out and about, if we have mutual friends, if my man is your mutual friend and I don't want to know what he got going on, then you tell me that, I won't tell you. But a lot of times we be lying to ourselves, we be lying to our friends, and sometimes it's up to our friends to be able to discern what's really going on in our hearts and in our heads, right? So Danni is telling Preston one thing, reading him his rights this way, but then also the night before you was at the strip club calling him, blowing up his phone and getting pissed that he wasn't answering. You're talking to Sabrina about how he's not being responsive and he's with this girl named Alice and you're jealous and you're this and you're that. So your friends are hearing all of this kind of stuff. It don't actually feel like it's over. Yes, this kind of ended a little bit, interestingly, but it don't feel like it's over. So to me, I think that as her friend, Karen was 100% in her rights and honestly within the responsibility to like, okay, girl, I think this boy might be coming up here to meet this girl. What you want to do? And that's the energy that I felt like she was giving. She told her to come down there. She would be there with her because of course this is her salon and she was going to support her through it regardless of what she wanted to do. If she wanted to confront the man, if she wanted to get final closure, or if she didn't want to do anything at all. Like once she actually decided that she wasn't going to do it and she read Karen was like, okay, cool. And then Karen calls Andi and tells Andi what happened. And Andi's like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. Girl, yes, you would. You and Sabrina are literally Mrs. Run Tell That in the whole damn group, but okay. And after that, Karen was like, okay, well, I'll call her and apologize. Like, it really wasn't that I was trying to be mean or trying to be messy. It was just that I was trying to support a friend, and this is what we do. And Danni has done that quite a bit, as Karen pointed out, when Zach was doing different things. So again, let me know in the comment section down below if y'all would have done what Karen did, if you found a problem with what Karen did. I really just want to know and get a little bit of clarity, and we can go ahead and have that conversation down in the comment section. Y'all know where I stand, but I want to know where you stand. But let's go back to Preston and Danni. So I ain't even gonna hold y'all. If you haven't checked it out already, I did a video where I asked the question, is Danni right about Preston? And y'all was sounding off in the comments of that video. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. We had a lot of great dialogue at the comments of that video, but that was really a video to deep dive into the conversation that Danni had with Preston about his white privilege. And I personally felt like she missed the mark, and a lot of the things that she was saying to characterize Preston weren't actually true to him or the character that we had seen. So that was one thing. But then for me, y'all, he is going out with another black woman immediately after Danni. And while I'm not saying that he is fetishizing black women, it has definitely raised a red flag in my head. I am just like, okay, Preston, what is actually going on now? Because personally, I'm not even pressed about him moving on so quickly. Danni has been kicking him inconsistent waves, inconsistent vibes, inconsistent energy for a pretty long time, in my opinion. So I am not surprised that he has somebody on deck or that he's trying to move on as quickly as he is. I am just, like I said, having a red flag about the fact that it's another black woman. It's like, are you only dating black women now? And I thought that Danni was the first black woman that he had dated, but I'm not 100% sure. So now it just calls into question, like, Preston, is this like a little thing for you? Is this a phase for you? And then that would be, to me, what is more of a conversation that needs to be had or something that needs to be addressed. Now, taking it back to Miss Daniella, y'all, she laid Karen out, called Karen all types of messy boots, yada, 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 and that she wasn't coming down that salon. But what did she do by the end of the episode? Come down that salon. Yes, she did. And girl, I ain't mad at you because I would have did the same damn thing. What do y'all think the conversation is about to be from Danni? I think it can go either way, but she's also on a roll right now. Like, she read Preston, told him about his white privilege, went to work, and then read El Fuego, and then pulled out a little narcissistic, egotistical moment, had to dismiss him. Then Logan was trying to holler and she had to check him, but then also wound up clocking him with her shoe, and I guess he's the human trafficker. Y'all, I think that story is going to unravel. I don't know if he's really a human trafficker. I think that he is really an undercover agent, but we're going to see more about that. But I only say that because Danni is literally on a roll with checking people, and I feel like she's about to keep that same energy. I think she shows up to the salon not necessarily to get her man back, but to call him out of like, see, I was just a thing for you. You didn't actually care about me. You just wanted to have your little Ebony romps, and girl, let me warn you, this, and this. And y'all, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm already ready with my popcorn. This is going to be a sight to see in episode 3. Chill. The way Danni is about to show up and show out, she put on all black, dressed in all black like an omen. She looks sexy as hell. So that also is one of the things. I'm like, girl, you made sure that you was looking really, really good when you showed up here. So it could be that you about to read this man, but you could be about to try to get your man back. But I doubt that she's going to try to get him back because she hasn't had any reflection time to actually think on if any of the things that she said was wrong or any of the things that she did was wrong. So I definitely think that she's coming with that knuck if you buck energy, and she's about to check him for moving on so quickly, and then also moving on to another black woman. Now, Preston doesn't necessarily handle confrontation well, but he is, to me, a communicator. So I think that it's going to be a very interesting conversation that plays out in Karen's salon, which is probably going to illuminate a lot of things for Karen, because her and Danni haven't really been sharing much information over the course of the last 2 seasons. They started to have a little bit of strain in season 2 midway, and then just kind of never really fell back into a really good place. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how Danni's romantic life starts to take center stage in front of other people, because as y'all have pointed out quite a bit, that Preston has only been to Danni's house and only met Zach and Sabrina. Sabrina, I think, might have walked in on them one time. But other than that, he has not been around anybody or seen or out and about. And it's the first time that they're catching, well, we're seeing, or one of the friends is seeing Preston outside of Danni's house and in real life. So this is interesting. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. The Danni and Preston storyline was getting on my nerves a little bit. Her little speech to him was kind of annoying a little bit, but now I'm like, all right, we about to really have some real conversations. And I would love to know if you think that Preston has a fetish for black women, or is it just his preference and he is doing this completely healthily, non-problematically, and just because he loves quality bomb women? Y'all let me know. Drop down in the comment section down below and tell me. If you want to continue to talk about Danni and Preston, again, check out that video. It's linked right here. Was Danni right about Preston? And then you can also catch my initial thoughts for episode 2, because those are up right now and you can watch that video right here.